Just keep your eyes closed. The last verse that we saw, Upavokta Anumanta cha Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara Paramatma cha Vidyukta Dehesmin Purusha Paraha. Each word here reminds you of yourself. Dehesmin asmin dehe, in this body. Paraha Purushaha, that which is beyond the limits of time, place, objectivity. Paraha. All times, all places, in all conditions available. Yourself, Purusha, full and complete, all pervasive, Purnatvat. They say it, name it, Paramatma. Call it self-awareness, Atma, Brahma. It's a name. Who you are is a nameless expanse. And that's something, Upavokta, in whose presence all experiences are possible. All perceptions, thoughts, emotions happen in its presence. Anumantaj. In its presence again, as though all perceptions gain a sanction. When you're experiencing a sight, you are seeing with your eyes. You are seeing the sight with your eyes. Even when the sight disappears, seeing continues. Seeing means consciously experiencing the sight. You are conscious through your eyes, sight. Through your ears, listening to a sound. When the eyes shut down, consciousness continues. That is why when a blind man is conscious, when the ears shut down, your self-awareness continues. Even a deaf is conscious. So experience as such, always there as yourself. There is no looking for experience, but being the self, Anumanta. Perception, sensation begins and ends. Yourself, the awareness, Nitya, Sarvagata, eternal, all-pervasive, beginningless, endless, Ajo Nitya, Shashvatayam Purana, beginningless, ageless, ancient, Maheshwara. And to name it Ishvara, that also is fine. Just see that for yourself. Vedesangavadakramo-panshade Gayantiyam Sama Dhyānāvastitadgadgatena manasa Pashyantiyam yoginah Syantam vidusura suragana Devaya tasmai. Please read these verses, please. Verse number 22nd onwards, please. Upadrashtanumanta cha Varta bhokta maheshwaraha Paramatmeti chapyuktaha Desmin purusha paraha Yaevam vetti hantaram Sa purusham Prakrutim cha gunaisaha Sarvatha vartamanopi Nasabhuyo vijayate Yaevam vetti han purusham Prakrutim cha gunaisaha Sarvatha vartamanopi Nasabhuyo vijayate. These two verses, like any other verse so far, is absolutely beautiful. As I told you, these are the verses, complete revelry. You see it in yourself all the time. Anumanta, that one word you take. Each word is like a word picture. It reminds you something. So many words, but the truth that they reveal is one and the same, from different aspects, from so many different directions. You can reveal the truth. From perception, from the sight, you can see it as the eye of the eye, the third eye, the ear of the ear, the sound of the sound, the touch of the touch, the smell of the smell, the thought of the thought. From any dimension you can go. From the changes to changeless, from the name to the nameless, from the form to the formless. So when you give three names, nameless, formless, changeless, there are three different words from three different aspects of this perceptible universe. But all the three point out the same thing. That is yourself, the awareness. So when you look from the perception, you shall say it nameless, formless. If you look from the standpoint of the body, bodiless awareness. If you look from the standpoint of the sense organs, atindriya, nirindriya. If you look from the standpoint of the thoughts, nirguna, anything you like, every description, though from one angle it helps to reveal the truth from so many different angles. If one thing strikes, good enough. You don't have to understand all the words, all the names. Any name, that is why whichever one you appreciate, understand. One thing is don't repeat. Mindlessly repeating, it will help you in one way, in a sense. When you are repeating a word like that, other words keep off. But that is not the purpose. The purpose is seeing the meaning, being the meaning. Each word as you say, it must be meaningful to you. Upadrashta, in whose presence all experiences takes place. Experiencing, being never stops. Experiencing an object can go, but experiencing doesn't go. I told you in the morning, see that? It's a very beautiful point. Why am I telling it? Ours is a generation, experience hunting generation. That is why people advertise. You see the light, stars, sensations, somebody hugs you, somebody touches you, somebody shows you a red light, green light, all that type of stuff. And people looking for some extraordinary experiences. Please understand. Who you are is not a sensation, not some type of perception, gross or subtle. In your presence, every experience is taking place, like seeing the flower. As you are seeing it, you are experiencing. Just see that. Just play on that word and see it. You are experiencing the flower. Some people can say, I'm seeing the flower. Somebody can say, I'm smelling the flower. Somebody can say, I'm touching the flower. Somebody can say, I'm tasting the flower. So many different things you can say, so many different experiences. Sight, sound, touch, taste, touch, smell. But, please see, as you are seeing the flower, meaning what? You are experiencing the flower, meaning with your eyes you see, but you are conscious that your eyes see. If the flower goes away, seeing doesn't stop. Seeing continues. The flower comes, flower is seen, but seeing continues. Now, seeing means you are experiencing the world. Listen, experiencing the presence of the flower, and the flower goes away, experiencing the absence of the flower. Now, when you are experiencing the absence of the flower, you are also continuing to experience the seeing through the eyes. When you close down the eyes, you no more see through your eyes, but you continue to experience. You are experiencing, seeing through the eyes. Now the eyes are closed. There is no more seeing, but experiencing continues. Your being. That is why that English word experience is so vague. Here it when you say anubhava, bhavami, anubhavami, bhavami. First I am, then anubhava. First I am, bhavami, I am, then anubhavati. Then only you experience. First you are. Because of an experience, you don't exist. Because you are, experience takes place. Because of a perception, you don't exist. Because you exist, perception takes place. Because if you're seeing, you don't exist. Because you are, therefore you see. Because of a thought, you don't exist. Because you are, therefore thought takes place. So yourself, effortlessly ever existing. That is what known as what you call as the Upadrashta, Anumanta. And that is Anumodana Karta, meaning it doesn't prevent you from seeing anything. Suppose you, the individuality decides, my eyes should go right, it goes right. Left, left. The consciousness will not say, no, that side there is a bad thing, I will not look at it. No, there is no such restriction for the awareness. Anumodana Karta, Anumanta. Whatever you see, it's just like space is there. Whether you build a temple or a pub, the space doesn't care. You are putting up a huge stadium or a concentration camp, the space has no problem. Understand? So yourself, always existing. Call it Atma, Paramatma, Ishvara, it doesn't make any difference. And this, Yaivam Vetti Purusham Yaha, whoever he may be, this Yah is a beautiful word in Sanskrit, a common pronoun, Yaha. Whoever he may be, he who. Whoever he may be, not that Indian or that man or that woman or that black man, that white man, green man, red man, yellow man, Martian, moon man. Yeah. Whoever sees this, Vetti, what? Purusham, that which is Purusham, Purnam, full and complete. Again, yourself the awareness. And therefore, Prakrutim cha gunaisha, you see the Prakriti, the entire changing universe, with all its gunas, raga, dvesha, like, dislike, sattva, rajas, tamas, all different types of aspects that we have seen clearly, gunaisha, one who sees, so that he no more loses himself in that perception. That is where he says, what is the bondage? If he is Paramatma, why is he affected? Karanam gunasangasya sadasadi yoni janmasu, that language just before. Gunasanga, asya gunasangaha. Karanam. What is the cause of your bondage? The cause of your bondage is your identifying with the Prakriti. That is your body, your mind, your thought, your creation. Body by itself has no sense of bondage. The object by itself has no sense of limitation. Thoughts by themselves have no sense of bondage when you identify. Understand? Who creates your bondage? Yes. Who creates your bondage? There is nobody creating your bondage. You bind yourself. Like a student goes to a teacher and asks a very simple question. Please release me. Understand? The student asks the question to the teacher. Please release me. When he asks this question, please release me, the teacher asks, all right, show me your bondage. You show me your bondage, I'll release you. You are walking free. Physically, your hands are not tied, your legs are not shackled, you are not tied down in any way. Show me your bondage. Who binds you? The world has not bound you. Physically, listen carefully, friends. Physically, somebody can tie you down. You cannot tie yourself down. That's a very peculiar thing. Physically, you cannot tie yourself down. That is why the Houdini and all these, these David Copperfield and all these big magicians, don't ask them to get out there on releasing themselves, freeing themselves from the bondage and getting out from the door or from the window or from the box. Ask them to tie themselves down, that will be a magic. Releasing is not magic. Tying yourself, please tie physically. You can only tie your hand or leg. You cannot make a Guardian knot. You cannot do that Scotland Yard tying. By yourself you cannot bind yourself physically. Mentally, nobody can bind you unless you succumb. Understand? Mentally, nobody can tie you down until you give up. This is a flower. Is it a bondage? I like it. The first hint. The moment you say I like it, now your possessiveness also begins. Simple thing. I like it. Why? Swamiji is using that. Suppose you are little nuts, spiritual nuts. I say, Swamiji is using it again and again. So heavy energy is going to the flower. So now the flower is very energetic. So after the end of the class, I must take that. Suppose you are a nut like that. So, another person, before you come and take, other person has taken it and gone. How do you feel it? What happened? Simple flower. That was not yours. You see it as the something, and then suddenly you are reacting to the absence of it. No object, listen friends. Nothing can tie you down until you get yourself tied down. No object. The car doesn't want it to be infatuated with the car. The house doesn't want it to be infatuated with the house. Nothing. It's you. You do it. Mentally, nobody can bind you until you bind yourself. That is why Guna Sangasya. Please, I hope I explained to you so clearly in the morning. I hope you have seen it. You look at your bondage. You look at your dependence. You look at your likes and dislikes. You look at your crisis. Any situation, whichever disturbs you, look at you and see whether you got yourself tied down or the object helped you to develop that obsession. No diamond will ever say, take me home. No gold tells you, take me home. No car tells you, take me home. Nobody. No object. No house invites you, come on, get into me. No house, no object. Even a human being, again and again I'm telling you, again a human being. Another person can give a hint, but to do or not to do is your choice. Ultimately, it must be your choice. That is where you grow up, completely grow up. Only difference is, as children, long before we know to exercise our freedom, we are already bound. Long before I know what to want or not to want, already they have given me a list of things which one I should want and how I should live. That is why problem. But once you are aware of yourself, free. Because no thought has the capacity to tie you down. Understand? When the object itself has no capacity to tie you down, what is the question of a thought tying you down? Are you getting that point, please? Which is more real? The rain or the thought of the rain? If the rain you are not afraid of, thought of the rain you are afraid of? Think of it. A thought is just a simple picture. One day, Mullah was walking down the street, walking down in his village, and there is a paddy field. Then not paddy field, there is a angur matlab, grapes, a grapevine is there. So one man had kept in a grapevine, he had a big bamboo stick, a big stick on a bamboo or wooden stick, and on that is a donkey's head. You know that scarecrow he has put a donkey's head. So the Mullah asked the farmer, what is that? This is donkey's head. He said, why have you kept it there? So it will frighten everybody off. He said, you must be nuts. When the fool was alive, nobody was afraid of him. When the fool was alive, nobody was afraid of him. So dead head also everybody will be afraid of. Are you nuts? Same thing also. An object by itself doesn't have the capacity to drag. What is the question of a thought of an object? So if you are afraid of a thought, what does it mean? You have made it. Not that the object frightens you. Appreciate. Please appreciate. So one who knows it, such a person, Purusha prakritim sa gunaisa vetti, whoever he may be, who knows this, vijanati sarvatha vartamanopi, even though he engages himself in all activities. Nabhuyo avijayate, never he is born, never he is bound again. Therefore, clearly shows enlightenment, understanding, recognition, self-realization, awakening, whatever names you like, you can tell it. The person understands himself. Thereafter, it does not mean he doesn't do anything, sitting down under a tree, waiting for people to feed him. No. Sarvatha vartamanopi. And already so beautifully, on the other chapter we saw that. Pasyan, Shunnan, Spushan, Jigran, Asnan, Gachan, Swapan, Swasan, Bilapan, Visujan, Unmishan, Nimishan, Napi, Nakinchit Karomi, Uktamanyeta Tattuvit. One who knows this reality for himself, Pasyan, seeing, listening, tasting, touching, smelling, experiencing, giving, receiving, winking, meaning doing all physical activities, all mental activities, every type of activity is doing it. Nakanchit karomi. He knows, I do not do anything. Indriyani, indriyarthesu vartante. Sense organs perceive, thoughts are taking place, perceptions are taking place, life is moving ahead. At no time he is affected by it. It is just like the space. The space is eternally there. Now the rain comes, the space is not drenched. Now the summer comes, the space is not scorched. Now there is winter falls in, the space doesn't get frozen. It always remains the same. Same thing also in yourself. When you see it, you continue to live your life. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, all activities take place. In fact, you are one person. When you see this reality for yourself, you are getting into an intense living. Intense perceptions. Please appreciate. Why do I say intense perception? What is the intense perception? Average people perceive, but it is all interrupted perceptions. Because preoccupation. Too much of preoccupation. The person doesn't, if you ask for yourself, you are listening to a music, how long can you see uninterrupted attention? 5 minutes music, then 5-10 minutes meandering. Eating food, 2 minutes eating, half an hour, then the food is over, you don't know what he's doing. Just observe your experiences, you shall see. Intense, absolutely. When you are with it, with it. Complete. Looking at sunrise, looking at sunrise. Just see the difference. You are coming to talk to me. Suppose I am talking to you, my whole focus will be on you. 5 minutes, it may be 5 minutes, but you are focused talk. I am talking to you. But suppose while talking to you, I am looking at the watch, picking up a phone, looking at something, looking at somebody, how do you feel? The person is not interested in talking to me, right? Now place it, forget the person. Now put food in front of you. As you are eating, talking, the food is finished. You did not enjoy the taste of it. Sometimes you like a music. You want to put up that music again because you like that. So I to listen to the entire 10 minutes continuously. You listen. After 2 minutes, your mind has gone somewhere. Again it is over. And you have not listened to the entire 10 minutes. You are chanting this, Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, you are chanting there. How many of you, please remember for yourself, you remember as you chant, from the first verse to last verse, you really feel it. No, you shall start it, Om Sri Bhagavanu Vacha, finish. Then, Om Tat Sat, that is the time you come back. That's over. In between, you have flawlessly chanted. Not a single line you have missed, but you don't know you have chanted. Do you understand it? Of course, you don't do that, sir. It is not, please observe. You understand? Intense. That is why your perceptions are absolutely glorious perception. Nothing loses sight of you. It is like 360-degree vision. Absolutely focused. Nothing loses. That is why meditation is not a sleeping affair. Meditation, right? What nonsense. You should see that people go to meditation hall under the tree, under a rock, A rock is better than you. The fellow is unconscious. You are a conscious person, why are you becoming sleepy? Sleeping is not meditation. We shall see now. Next verse will come. Oh, we'll see that. This next it will come. So intense perception, no preoccupation of any kind. Preoccupation means it goes away. That is why do you not feel very happy all the time in life? Because you are losing sight of yourself. Any time you are unhappy, miserable, conflict-ridden, reacting, heavily reacting, in all those moments, you look back in your saner, quieter, conscious moment, you shall clearly recognize you have moved away from yourself. That is why you are so angry. And that is why you feel bad also. Chah, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have been so rude. Why did I do that? I shouldn't have said it. 100 times you say, I should not have said, I should not have said. Again you do next moment. When you are sinner moment, you accept your mistake. When you are angry, you just do not accept your limitation, your mistake. That is why when a person is angry, you cannot talk to him, just leave alone. Because he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's speaking. Same thing. Any emotion, anger, hatred, jealousy, infatuation, call it anything you like. Overpowering, kindness, love, all that nonsense. Every one of those emotions completely overpowering. And you don't understand the reality of things as it is. Whereas a person who is aware of himself, sarvatha vartamanopi, sarva prakarehi vartamanopi, doing everything that he wants to do. You can take the responsibility of an empire, you can move like a beggar in the street. From both the standpoints, you can be like a Rajarshi, you can be like a Raja, like a king you can live. A Brahmarshi, a simple person of the world. It makes no difference. When you are Pandite, Pandita Dukhe, Dukhi, Gunini Gunavan, Pandite, Panditascha. With the happy people, you are happy. Unhappy people, you are unhappy. With the learned people, you are learned. Wherever, it's like a water, you find your level. Wherever you are, there you are completely merging. Such a person, Bhuyana Abhijayat, he Arjuna, never he is born again. Why? Because the karma theory, you know, in the Tattva, we have seen that karma completely gets exhausted. The moment you recognize yourself who you are, all the actions, sanchita, agama, agami, prarabdha, are wedded to ahankar. When the I thought is seen, what is the root of this, then all the karmas do not affect you anymore, because like the criminal who has committed the crime is dead, so case is closed. When ahankar, who is wedded to all the karmas, disappears into its own source, all the karmas are now widowed, makes no difference to anybody. And whatever karma he picks up as goes on in life, there is no individuality, therefore there is no raga dvesha, there is no question of picking up new karma, because when the individuality is not there, you do not gather any karma. That is why animals are vimukta. Animals don't gather any karma because they have no sense of individuality. That is why you do not haul up a cow, stray cow into the court. A man is arrested for jaywalking, but the dog or the cow, they are not arrested for jaywalking because they have to move. The human being, because you have an individuality, you are arrested. So when you don't have that, we have seen that all elaborately in the Tattva classes, so there is no new karma. Old karma, sanchita, agam, prarabdha, everything is destroyed. Therefore, no question of being born again. Kshiyante cha asya karmani tasmin drishti paravari. For this person, when he is aware of himself, paravari drishti sati, seeing himself in the microcosm, macrocosm, totality, individual, seeing himself as one with the whole universe, there is no karma. It's like eating myself. Good or bad? For me. Good or bad? Papa or punya? Patting myself. Right or wrong? Hitting myself. Right or wrong? Your own tooth, when it bites your own tongue, do you hit your tongue? Hit your tooth? Huh? How was this when you are hammering your nail, you hammer your tooth. Did you hammer this left hand, right hand? Is good or bad? When everything is one, understand that. That's why this thing must be seen in yourself. When you are aware of yourself, that sense of guilt, sense of individuality, sense of doership, enjoyership completely disappears. You are like a flower, you bloom, disappear. Nothing more than that. The whole thing is as natural as ever. Like the sun is shining. There is no ownership. The moon is shining. The weather. What a beautiful weather. The rain came and went. Is the nature now repent and say, oh, I should not have blasted you? Or congratulate me because such beautiful weather I have brought? There is no individuality anywhere. There is no sign of that individuality. Same thing happens in life. When you are aware of yourself, no more you attribute anything to yourself. That is why you enjoy your body, your sense organs, your thoughts, your creation, everything as it is. Never forgetting the totality. Morning we saw that clearly. Never forgetting the totality, the macrocosm. Ishvara alone is existing. I as an individual is inseparable from the totality. You do not stand alone. So remember that para prakriti, apara prakriti. Okay, such a person, bhuyana abhijayati, never is born again. Having told, then he says, read. How do I see this? These two verses, underline it and keep it in your head. Around the world, anywhere you go, any culture, any person, anything you see, they come under these two verses. They are so beautiful. Infinity is its scope. Please read. Dhyanenatmani pashyanti kechidatmanam atmanam anye sankhena yogena karma yogena chapare अन्ये त्वेवम् अजानन्तः श्रुत्वा नेभ्य उपासते तेऽपि चातीतरन्त्येव मृत्युं श्रुतिपरायणाः ध्यानेनात्मनि पश्यन्ति केचिदात्मानमात्मना अन्ये सांख्येन योगेन कर्मयोगेन चापरे अन्ये त्वेवमजानन्तः श्रुत्वा नेभ्य उपासते तेऽपि चातितरन्त्येव मृत्युं श्रुतिपरायणाः. So how do I know this reality? As a result, I am free from the cycle of birth and death. It's such a beautiful thing. And how many people think in these terms, you think? To be liberated here and now while living. That is why this tradition is so beautiful. You don't have to wait for after death. And even if you are liberated after death, who cares? When my living, the whole living now is a misery. All conflict, all problem, all disappointment, all desperation. I'll be free after death. Does it matter to me? Anybody interested after death? Like many people are so vaguely involved in this type of so-called spiritual pursuit. Many places, whenever we go and people see this cloth, they feel inspired to ask the question, Swamiji, what happens after death? My stuck answer to those people is, Do you know what happens before death? Why are you interested in know what happens after death? What is more realistic? What is more real for you? After death or before death? While living, it matters. Now and here, this moment. Do not rely on then and there. It's a meaningless postponement into future. And there is no such thing called a future. Future is meaningless until it becomes present. Think. A cyclone always remains 1,000 kilometers away from your house. It never moves towards you. Does it matter? Why the cyclone matters to me? Because it's coming towards this. The future is becoming present. I don't want it. The future means nothing if it doesn't become a present. So, if the future becomes present, it matters to you. That is why you cannot postpone. Because if you postpone, you don't know what you are doing. Postponing means what? Postponing your problem for some time. But you shall get hit very soon. After 10 years in Himalayas, I will be happy. Meaning, now and here in Tiruvannamalai, I am miserable. So after 10 years, I will be happy there. You have postponed it. You have not solved the problem. You cannot solve it because when you reach Himalayas after 10 years, there becomes here. Then after 10 years becomes now. So now and here you are unhappy. You cannot reach then and there without making it now and here. That is the whole secret code. You cannot reach then and there without making it now and here. When you are away from this place, ashram is there. You are here in Madras. Ashram there, you shall reach when the there becomes here. Abba, now you have reached the ashram. You cannot reach there without making it here. You cannot reach then without making it now. So now and here, if you are miserable, how are you hoping that then and there you will be happy? But there is nothing called then and there. In religious parlance, you say, in the heavens, I say, what is this nonsense? Wherever you go, it has to be now and here. Eternity means what? A continuous now and here. Eternal. What is eternal? Continuous now and here, continuous now and here. Therefore, if you are miserable now and here, you shall be miserable forever. So how beautifully say that? You want to get out of this death? How do you get out of this death? You cannot make the dying deathless. You withdraw your identity from the dying and be with the deathless yourself. In your body at this moment, both are simultaneously existing. The dying body and the deathless self. The changing universe and the changeless self. Shiva, Shava. Both are simultaneously existing. That is Shiva, Nataraja, continuously changing. The Shiva, Nataraja, continuously auspicious, changeless, deathless, auspiciousness. Dancing away in the cremation ground, in the realm of continuous changes. How beautiful. If you are with the continuous, you are with the changeless, the absolute, then the changes will not touch you. You cannot stop the creation from changing. You be the changeless. Are you getting that? You can stop the creation from changing. And you would understand, by chance somebody succeeds in stopping this creation, what will happen? Will you like to be in this world? I will disappear. I love to disappear. It's a waste. It's like one picture in the TV all the time. Just think of it. Morning. What a waste. Everything one change. Then this. Boring, tiring. Changes are so exotic. Changeless is boring. Liberation is a boring thing. Bondage? Exciting. Bondage, if you are See, when you allow yourself to be bound, it's exciting. When you are bound, ayyo, are you getting that? When you allow yourself to be bound, think, when you allow yourself to be bound, absolutely exciting. Don't you play with the children? Kano, kano, kano. The children. Your baby is there, you are playing with the child. Where is the baby? Where is the baby? I went to somebody's house. Then whenever the children, 2-3-year-old try playing, where is the baby? He's coming towards you. But you say, where is the baby? Where is the one? Where is? He gets crazy. Because I'm here. Because he's so desperate to be seen. I'm here. Then you go there and look at the, behind the curtain, look under the sofa set, look inside the waste paper basket. The fellow goes crazy. Why? Because what is this? I'm so obvious. Why are you looking for me? What a pleasure it is. For you it's a pleasure, for child also it's a pleasure. Why? You know where the child is, but still you are looking for it. But suppose, as you are looking for it, suddenly you discover child is not there. The game becomes a tragedy. Suddenly panic. Where is the baby? Where is the child? You go everywhere. First thing you go to the swimming pool. Did he fall there? Abba, not there. Okay. Now what is that? Everywhere you are panicking. Why? Because you don't know. When you are really searching, it's a panic. When you are apparently searching, it's a pleasure. Know the happiness where you are. You are the happiness. Then look for happiness in the whole world. Lovely pleasure. But you are looking for happiness seriously. Oh boy, it's a panic. Total panic button. Ayo. Because unhappy man looking for happiness, you'll be miserable. That is why your meditation also is misery. Why? Looking for happiness. Who shall looking for happiness? The moment you are looking for happiness, you deny that you are the happiness. So unhappy fellow looking for, something. Misery. Understand? To be liberated here and now, right now. And thereby you don't have to change your lucky. You don't have to change anything, but only see yourself. What a blessing it is. Think of it. To be happy, you don't have to change anybody. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to remove anybody. You don't have to dismiss anything, but you be yourself. Is there anything easier than that? Suppose to be happy, conditions apply, which is the local happiness. Local happiness is, in happiness, conditions apply. You will be happy, yes, if you have a car, this brand car, you have a house, you have a wife, you have a dog, you have a husband, you have a man, you have a monkey, animals, you have got gold, you have got this. So many conditions apply. Why absolute modern man, more educated person, more desperate and more frustrated? Because he has to fulfill all these conditions. And who has set these conditions? Somebody in the world, some mad fellow. That is what is societal dictation. What the Joneses do, you must do. If he has a car, you must have a car. If he has a house, you must have a house. If he has an affair, you should have an affair. If he has a wife, you have a wife. If you have a son, he has what a headache. Why let him have it? Why should I have it? Let him do. Whatever dress he has got, I should have same type of design, same type of, sort of fashion shows and all that. What is happening to the world today? Other persons completely have taken over your life. Why? To be happy, conditions apply. What a headache. And those conditions apply, at least a fixed condition? No, everyday condition changing also. The moment you reach it, new conditions. Until you reach it, some conditions. The moment you reach it, those conditions goes on changing. Now what happens? You are frustrated. You cut off your hair in a particular way. Now the hair grows on wild. What do? You know hairstyle. What a headache it is. You have to do that for no reason. What all nonsense you have to do with that hair. The best thing is shave it off, right? So that every day same hairstyle. Someday somebody was asked, Swami, why are you not saving? I said, as a student I was saving. But when God took over the job, I gave up. Now I don't have hair, so why cutting? Whatever little is there, let us enjoy it. Just think of it. Conditions apply. Frustrating. The easiest thing is to be happy. What should I do? Just be yourself. Bas. So, all these things you must see. So, those in the background of that, now please see. When you, this language is so beautiful. How do I see this? Dhyanena atmani pashyanti. Kechid atmanam atmana. Kechid, some people, atmanam atmana dhyanena pashyanti. Some people see themselves by themselves, in themselves. By themselves means in their mind, by their mind, they see themselves. I will explain it. When? Dhyanena, by meditation. What is the dhyana also? I will explain it. Anye sankhyena yogena. Some people do by sankhya, vichara, investigation into the nature of the reality. Karma yogena chapare. Some people by karma yoga, right attitude. Anye evam ajananta, anyebhya srutva upasa. Some people not knowing any of these methods, they listen to somebody and they also get it. Tepi ataitaranti eva mrityum shruti paran. They also cross this ocean of samsara, ocean of death. They also cross it. This language, when you look at it, please see, to show how this knowledge is something available for anybody and everybody. You know my favorite statement, which I always say that everybody cannot be engineer, need not be. Everybody can be billionaire, need not be. Everybody can't be rich, need not be. Everybody can't be fluent in languages, need not be. But everybody can be himself. Everybody can be himself. There is no person who cannot be himself. To be anything other than yourself, you have to put forth some effort. Listen carefully. To be anything other than yourself, you have to put forth certain effort. To be yourself, what effort should you put forth? Take it physically. You are your body. Think, very, very simple. You are your body. To be your body as it is, what should you do? Come on. To be your body as it is, what should you do? Nothing. But to put on a particular dress, you have to do something. You want to put on a sari, you want to put on a jean, you want to put on a dhoti, you want to put on three-piece suit, you want to put on a samurai dress, you want to put on an African uniform, an aboriginal dress, purchase. You have to do something. To be your body, what should you do? To put up a role, you have to pick up a role. To be the actor, what should you do? Are you getting that point, please? To pick up a thought, you must do something. To be conscious, what should you do? Are you getting that point, please? To be conscious, what should you do? But to be conscious of a thought, the thought must come. So which one is easier? To be conscious or to be involved with your thought? For perception, you have to do something. Open your eyes. If the eyes cannot see, correct your eyes. But to be conscious of the brightness of your eyes, dullness of your eyes, cataracted version of your eyes, what should you do? Consciousness is not cataracted. Always remain the same. To be yourself is absolutely natural, effortless, immediate. Why is it becoming so difficult? That is because the first thing that has been given into our head is to know yourself is difficult. You have to get out of that nonsense immediately. That it is difficult is the most difficult part to give up. Understand? Systematically we have been brainwashed that knowing yourself is difficult. Very rare people only know all this. Only one or two people have understood. No. Everybody knows it, everybody uses it, but everybody is not aware of it. It's like reaching a space. Think, what is difficult? A point in space or the space as such? It is difficult to reach a point in space. Why? Distance. To reach a point in space, you have to travel. Please appreciate. If there is a distance, there is a point in space, there is a distance between where you are and where you want to be. Since there is a distance between where you are and where you want to be, there are many ways to go there. Walk, run, fly, do anything you like. To be where you are, how many ways are there to reach? Are you getting? That is the verse comes here now. See. You know, these people say, all the paths lead to the same goal. If the goal is away from the goer, there are many paths. If the goer himself is the goal, if you are standing on the spot and still searching for the spot, how many ways to reach there? Do you understand? I am the happiness, looking for happiness. How many ways to reach? Ignorance creates the distance. Knowledge will help. That is why jnanam. Even after listen, I cannot get it. Okay, prepare your mind. Preparation of the mind, 1,000 methods. Somebody meditation, somebody karma yoga, somebody sankhya vichara, somebody listen to somebody. So many things you can do. But to be yourself, listen carefully, that's very, very important. To be yourself, to reach where you have already reached, what should you do? Think, please. To be myself, what should I do? To be a PhD, work. To be rich, do something. To be poor, do something. To be growing, living, do something. To be immortal, deathless, myself, the awareness, what should I do? You understand? It's so easy. That is why Bhagavan said in 9th chapter, remember the Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, Pavitram, Idam Uttamam, Pratyaksham, Avagamyam, Dharmyam, Susukham Kartum. In the 9th chapter, Rajavidya is a royal knowledge, the king among the knowledge. Rajaguhyam, the king among the secrets. Why? Myself looking for it. That is why when you understand yourself, you don't feel enlightened, you feel stupid. And the best discovery in life is to know how stupid I have been, not how fantastic I am. You laugh at yourself continuously. So near. What near? Even nearness, that word also doesn't apply there. What is the distance between where you are and where you are standing? What is the distance between you are standing in the ashram, looking for ashram? What is the distance? Is it near? So if there is no distance, what can you do? You cannot do anything. That is why action is taken away. Most people are action oriented. So if you tell him you don't have to do anything, the fellow feels frustrated. That is why to such people, don't tell them that you don't have to do anything. They are not ready for it. When a person is ready for it, already immobile. One who is tired of doing things, tired of searching, tired of sensation, tired of perception, tired of everything in life. You don't have to tell him not to do. He is already tired. And that is the time pointing out. You are with yourself. That is why dhyana, meditation, tomorrow morning we shall see that. It's a beautiful verse. I don't have no time now, we cannot do that. Tomorrow morning we shall see that. Dhyana, how you can use your meditation, instantaneous. vichara, instantaneous. Karma yoga, right attitude, instantaneous. Everything is instantaneous. Sravana, listening, instantaneous. When a person is standing in the ashram and looking for the ashram, shall you tell him, you are here or you shall be here? You are the happiness, looking for happiness. Shall I say, you are the happiness or you shall be the happiness? You are free or you shall be free? You are immortal or you shall be immortal? That is the beauty. That is why teaching. We shall see that tomorrow morning. Please see for yourself. Until you come to class, don't talk to anybody. Spend your time quietly. 6:30 we will have the class here. 6:30 to early morning. Then in the afternoon also we will have 10:30 to 11:30, 12 like that. 10:30 we will have the class. Or maybe we can have 11 o'clock, have a gap between that. 11 to 12. I'll tell you after morning class, I'll tell you one day, then afternoon we'll have the class. So 6:30, until you come, please sit down. Think over these verses a little. Be yourself. Close your eyes, please.